What is going on, everybody? This is Ryan Sierra, and we're playing Marble It Up Ultra. We're going ahead and just starting from 10. I'm here, and coming on down. I guess I'll do a race, see if I can beat 7 seconds. That might be a tall order, though. Smalls
Race yourself.
Tell me more about your harebrained restaurant ideas.
Okay, so we're tweaking the soup-only restaurant idea.
Yeah.
So what I would like is, the appetizers, right? Like, those would be, a little tiny cube, of filet mignons with, jalapeno lime crema, sour cream. And, maybe, a Caesar salad or whatever, if you want to be boring.
I remember I went to a bodega one time, and they had something called table cream.
That's probably their cum, and don't get it.
Wow. I thought you were going to say maybe oh yeah, that's just sour cream or something.
That's table cream? I've never heard of that.
Table cream! Yeah!
Yeah, that's probably, horse jizz.
So nasty.
No, but, so you'd get, cubes of filet mignon, and you'd, dip it into, the crema. Or you would get, salad if you were boring. You'd probably order a freaking chili as your soup, or whatever.
Restart. There we go.
And, maybe, steak frites. Or, salted fries or something. With, a garlic aioli. And then your soup, your entree would be a soup. So you would, depending on the theme, you would get, chili, French onion, tomato bisque, lobster bisque, a squash soup, with a side being, toasted bread with whipped butter.
Whipped butter? That butter's been naughty.
That would be the thing. But it'd be soup-only entrees. So, sopas!
Can you believe totally random, completely random.
Yeah.
On TikTok right now, there's this show that's getting, a revitalization, and it's so bizarre because it was on Adult Swim forever ago. And it's called Xavier Renegade Angel, and it's super, just trippy and surreal. But, it is very, clever and character-driven, but it really is, a fever dream. And, the jokes that the show makes are about internal logic, as opposed to, being, random and silly. And so, you might like it, because it's getting back, it's having this weird revitalization of popularity on TikTok.
What's it called?
It's called Xavier Renegade Angel, and it's basically it's done in oh god, CGI 3D video game animation, like Shrek or something. It's very unpleasant looking, but it's interesting. It's so right up your alley, and it's right up my alley. And I remember as a kid, I remember not really liking it, but what's funny is I watched Tim and Eric's awesome show, Great Job, and that's also a terribly trippy show. But that's more of a skit show akin to Key and Peele or I Think You Should Leave. And so it's yeah, I don't know, it's so funny because it's also kind of of its time. There's a few jokes in there that are you probably couldn't make them now. Because there's one where it's a dude, I guess he enslaves tornadoes. He has mini tornadoes that he enslaves. And there's a pun off of it where he calls them the mixture of wind with a racial slur. But it's so weird. it's just bizarre. Oh my god. It's so weird. We'd have to watch it because it's absolutely, it has a lot of internal logic and silliness, and it's just strange. It reminds me, do you ever watch Moral Orel? Because that's That has the same That has the same art and animation. He's like a weird like chimera. He's like got different parts of animals in him, and that's sort of what they refer to as old angels in the Bible. In the Old Testament, there's something called like a tetramorph, which is like I saw that the thing had 4 faces, it had 8 wings, it had feet of hooves. It's like the craziest thing. Like angels, or at least celestial creatures in Old Testament were insane looking. But I remember like someone apparently on TikTok ever go debunked the notion that like the Ophanim are biblically accurate angels. Technically, they're right, but only insofar as the Ophanim are not just the only kind of angel. It's just semantics, because it's like if you remember, the Ophanim are the ones with like the million eyes all over them, that people said like biblically accurate angel. Technically, those are a higher order angel or whatever, but there are lower order angels that just still look like people. And so it's like those do appear, but so do the 1,000 eyes like monsters. And so it's like everybody wins.
Do you know the angels that used to eat humans?
What?
The angels that used to eat humans.
Samael? Maybe? Because he's the angel of death. I don't know.
No, so these were hold on.
Take your time.
Hold on, I'm trying to look at it. The angels that ate. The Grigori. So the Grigori were elite class of powerful angels that were sent to Earth to protect humanity. They're some of the first angels to arrive on Earth. They eventually fell from their posts and started to feed on human souls.
No way. That's crazy.
They crazy swats, but I swear.
I was reminded of something. Oh. So not necessarily an angel, but so do you know the term zeitgeist, meaning like like a cultural paradigm, a certain feeling in the air of like movies and shows and culture. Well, apparently there's a personification for that, even more of a material personification than the idea of zeitgeist, because literally zeitgeist means time ghost, or like spirit. It means like spirit of the times. So it's like a certain spirit or sentiment that like floats over like an era. Like you would say that back in the 60s or 50s, the zeitgeist was racial segregation. But what happens is there's actually a term for when there's like a physical embodiment of a zeitgeist called an egregore. And an egregore is basically like a let me look this up, because that's trippy. Let's see. It's like egregore. If I can find it on Wikipedia here. Oh god, gotta love like the Wikipedia. God, the donate to Wikipedia page, the section of the page is bigger and bigger with each passing year. Just get followed by the CIA already. I don't know. Let's see. So in magical or other cult traditions, it is typically seen as having an independent existence, but in other kinds of instances, it's merely collective of a religious community, either esoteric or exoteric. In the latter sense, hello, I was not looking. It is merely the collective mind of a religious community. In the latter sense, as a collective mind, the term collective entity is synonymous with egregore. In the apocryphal book of Enoch, the term had referred to angelic beings known as watchers, and it is also associated traditions to refer to the specific rituals and practices associated with these entities. Some other literary works, such as manuscript found in Saragossa, have also made reference to these angelic beings. Egregores have been quite independent entities in the Book of Enoch. Yeah, it's weird. So yeah, it's very strange. Like it's referred to that they're like this reflective of a sentiment